It gives me great delight and pleasure to welcome to the podium Reverend Jim Ball.
The Spirit, she is with you.
With you.
I love stories. All of them teach, many inspire. This, for me, is one. Earlier this year, I met a man who was gentle and clear. He was an artist at a conference I was attending. He was also a person who had spent 28 years in a Tennessee prison, most of those years on death row, all for a crime he did not commit. Today, he lives with his family and divides his time between public education and painting. When asked by a reporter if he was bitter or angry about the stolen years, he replied, "I worked hard to let go of those things, and in letting go, I freed myself." When we asked him to say more, he said that if he still held on to the anger, he'd still be in their prison. He wanted a life beyond bars. As I listened, I realized that he had gone deep inside. He had followed the example of the ancient Hebrews in the wilderness and Jesus after his baptism and Martin Luther King Jr. in the Birmingham jail. He had addressed those inner things that kept him from his life. He had faced the fear and hurt that damaged him and threatened to distort him further. He worked to extinguish their power and made space for healing and became freer long before prison doors opened. Now, he did not do it alone. He had help, community. But the decision to make the inward journey changed him and led him to a way of being in the world that changed the conversations and people around him. And as he spoke, for me, the ground went holy. We know gospel when we encounter it. We meet it in ordinary lives, in people of every expression and distinction who are prepared to face what is difficult inside and out so that there might be love and fairness in a shared landscape. We as church would live more deeply such a gospel. For such a world, we would face what is daunting and hard. We would bear together the ache and stretch of reform, not just of structure, but of everything, relationships, especially our hearts. We would let go of the fear and the grief and the denial that has kept us from one another and our lives. The journey requires much, and to go farther, we are invited deeper. And in the gifts of relationship and remembrance, we will find our strength and clarity, including an understanding of our identity that is rooted deep in love, and the memory, too, that the church through time has always been renewed when it has located its life in what mattered to Him. This is a time to breathe and to let go. It is a time to go deep into identity and find direction in our shaping story, to listen more carefully with respect to our neighbors and the earth, to do the work outward and inward that makes free, safe, and whole. It is a time to address with deep humility what we can and move. I met a man who embraced the discomfort and the challenge and the hope of a freedom journey. He faced fear and hurt in the strength of a remembered love. And the love lifted him and others and changed people's lives. Such a journey awaits us all. And what we need is already given. We need only trust it. Trust it. And begin again together. Bless you.
God is under our feet, like the starry night sky. God is over our head, like the sun on the horizon. God is ever before, like a river runs to ocean. Our home is in God evermore.
It gives me